me. Loved and appreciated. He's a Stevie Nicks fan too, so. Good boy, come here.
Rust on your door. I never needed anything more. Whispers of are you sure?
We're celebrating the 1st of August.
Have I
We're getting some photos. We just made friendship bracelets. We're gonna start talking with the
August
person.
slipped away into a moment in time. 'Cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August slipped away like a bottle of wine. 'Cause you were never mine. You're back beneath the sun, wishing I could write my name.
Once again, vlogging in public because I have an accomplice, Bailey. Everyone say hi. So we're trying a new coffee shop. So super good. I haven't tried it, but I'm saying it's super good. So we're gonna do a taste test of this coffee. It's called the Lincoln. Old Abe, this is to you. It's so good.
Can't even describe the taste.
Give a rundown. It's super dark because of the light behind you.
So, one more taste. Definitely taste the espresso. A little bit of caramel, milk, coffee, all the shebang.
All the shebang.
Yeah, honestly 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. You heard it here first, folks. 10 out of 10. I always get awkward at first. I'm back with Madison.
Hello!
Hello!
Long time no see.
Long time no see.
Sadly, I didn't like Outer Banks. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, she did not like Outer Banks. A previous vlog is where you can figure out what we're talking about. But I feel like I just stepped in something wet. I'm concerned. I don't know. It's like right here. I'm not gonna step in it again. Madison's apartment sitting, and she invited me to come in, hang out for the shenanigans.
The owner said I could. Just
Yes.
as an FYI.
Just as an FYI, we have permission. This is Sky.
You want to say hi?
Aww. She's wearing a diaper. Don't ask.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
And then this is Milo. Sky's about to come attack because no one else is allowed to have attention. Oh my gosh! We're watching that 70s show. That's literally my favorite TV show. What's your favorite TV show, Madison?
Probably Friends. Guess what?
I was wondering, but I wasn't gonna say anything. Creamy Parmesan. That's good.
That still sounds good.
Yeah. We found a recipe on Pinterest for creamy garlic Parmesan something pasta.
Yes.
But we don't have garlic, so we overlooked that. The topic of today's video, I'm not really sure what exactly it's gonna be called, but I wanna talk about finding your identity in the digital age. I hate saying the digital age, I'm gonna say that like 8 million times in every single one of these episodes. That's what Madison and I are gonna chat about while we cook, because we both grew up on social media, yes, but she didn't ever have like a chronically online fangirl phase like I did. So I think that's resulted in our identities being very different. So I think it's gonna be quite an interesting conversation. This is the recipe, if anyone's curious.
Minus the garlic.
Minus the garlic, but we did find, Madison found actually, garlic powder, which is gonna save the day, so. Killed that.
Delish.
Killed that. Okay, I don't know what a simmer is, but Madison, I want to ask. What,
I got scared.
like, what was it like, I guess, going through high school and college and stuff and finding yourself? Because you've never, like, subscribed to fandom or, like, Twitter. You're not the type of person to go around being like, per queen. So,
Okay, I sometimes say part queen.
whatever, you do say queen. But I just want to know, like, how did you find yourself?
Like I found myself through my friends more than I did celebrities.
Yeah.
But I told you that I still struggled with social media, but not because of celebrities or fandom. It was just because of like comparing myself to other people in my life.
Yeah.
But like more attainable.
Yeah.
Not like millions and millions of pop stars or anything. Just like, oh, I saw this girl on the street. She's blonde and beautiful, and I just want to be her.
Yeah.
Struggle with that a lot.
I was the opposite, I guess, because I don't know why, I just would not let myself live in reality. Like, I did drill team, right? Mm-hmm. And I was so reluctant to try out. My parents forced me, like they had to force me. And I just spent
loving it though.
I know, I spent the whole time complaining. Spent the whole time hating football season. And like during those times I would like dive headfirst into my imagination.
Yeah.
And like whatever my obsession was at the moment that was making up my whole identity. And now when I look back, I can't stand that I did that, because I realized that I've never let myself live in the present and actually like understand what it was that I liked, because I let the internet tell me like what to like, what not to like, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, it makes me upset.
It's funny because I wasn't happy either. I hated drill team.
Yeah, but you still look back and you're like, I don't like that.
I was like present in those moments though. Even if I didn't like something, yeah, I still look back and I'm like, oh, I hated that. But even if it's something that I look back and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have enjoyed it, I never found myself wishing I was like a book character or like a movie character or anything like that.
To be so real, this is so embarrassing. I would spend my time at football games not paying attention to the football, but like wondering, oh my god, what would it be like if Spider-Man just like swung across the
my god. See?
See?
And I know like it's something that you don't like about yourself completely, but I like it. I think it's cool that your imagination and your creativity is so high that you're able to just like escape in those scenarios and be like, what would if? I've always told you that I think it's so cool. Another key difference between us, I'll read a book, and after the book, you ask me what it's about, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I watch a movie, you ask me what it was about, I couldn't tell you. I don't remember anything at all. You ask her what happened episode 2 of season 4 on some random show she watched in middle school, she'll tell you every character's name, every like plot, climax, everything. And I'm just like, what? Like, I think that's so cool. Your brain just like sticks on to like
This is true.
things like that. I think that's cool. It doesn't do that to me. I wish it did, but
as for identity, like I never was able to fully allow myself to have my own identity because I was matching it up to whatever phase I was in. So like for instance, I went through my Marvel phase, right? And I like created this character for Wattpad, and she was Tony Stark's daughter.
Oh my god.
And her whole thing was like chic nerd. So like thigh-high socks, plaid skirts, dark blue. And that was me in high school. Obviously I didn't have the courage to wear any of that to school, so I wore skinny jeans and Marvel t-shirts and Spider-Man Vans. But I mean,
can never imagine you wearing Spider-Man
girl,
Vans.
they're still in my closet. I'm never getting rid of them. Like I'll pull them out and wear them again.
No, that's a
Like
memory.
I would wear them with this outfit now, but like, yeah. So I fully just adopted that character's everything. I'm not hating. Maybe
You're
a little bit.
reminiscing with a negative view on it.
I'm
though.
reminiscing and wondering
I think
how
you're-
authentic it was.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like you're not being hateful of the outfit, you're being hateful of why you wore it.
I think it was authentic. I mean, it clearly was authentic to me then.
Yeah.
But like, it was clearly also influenced. So I just wonder what society would look like without social media and that influence. Like, I feel like individuality is such a thing now. Like everyone's like, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. But
we're
yet,
literally-
subscribe to this aesthetic.
Yeah.
Subscribe to this trend. If you're not bratting it up this summer,
Brat.
then you're not a girl. Anyway,
Anyways,
enough of this existential chat. We'll get back to you when our meal is done. We kind of killed that, I think.
I fear we killed.
I fear we killed that.
Back when we were still changing for the better, and wanting was enough. For me, it was enough to live for the hope of it all. Cancel plans just in case you'd call and say, meet me behind the mall. So much for summer love and saying us, 'cause you
no
were
clue.
mine to. And I can see us twisted in.
I'm home now. I'm watching DCC making the team because I've been obsessed ever since I finished America's Sweethearts. But let me set this up. I just got a comment on one of my videos. Kiki3897, hi if you're watching this. They said, would love to hear you chat more about aesthetics and how not to make them your identity. And I feel like that goes perfect with the topic for this video already, which is just the fact that I feel like a lot of people don't really have a true identity because they have so much stake in social media and aesthetics. I guess to just continue off of what Madison and I were talking about, putting myself in boxes, like I would basically enter a phase or a hyperfixation, and I would then create a character in order to insert myself into whatever this phase was. So like Marvel, like I was talking about, created a character. And I take on that character and I make it who I am in order to make the fantasy feel more real. I'm not really sure. I haven't really assessed all of that yet. When it comes to aesthetics and just everything that I feel like TikTok pushes, like clean girl, oh, clean girl's out, mob wife's in. I don't understand. So like for me, in my heyday, cottagecore was the thing. So there were aspects of cottagecore that I loved, and I think there are still aspects of it that I love. I mean, look around my room. I've got a room tour up, I'm not gonna show you, but there's like the Urban Outfitters vines everywhere and fake flowers, and that's great. I mean, my current aesthetic that I'm really into right now is coastal cowgirl. I love that. But the only difference now is that I'm not subscribing to it. It just so happens to already align with who I am. So like, loved cottagecore, but I didn't love everything about it, and I was forcing myself to. I can't think of an example right now, but I think that that's a good way to figure out whether or not you are shoving yourself into a box. Like if you're a unicorn and you just completely perfectly fit the clean girl vibes, go for it. But if you're subscribing to the clean girl idea, but you hate slick back ponytails and you like having bangs, or you hate the makeup and you like a more dramatic glam, but you force yourself to do it, I think that's where a problem comes in, you know? It's like you're not letting yourself be who you are. You're trying to fit a mold. And so that's why I love aesthetics, but I hate them at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship. I love being able to have them, but I hate the idea that you can only have one, which I feel like is why we keep repackaging them and renaming them, because people get tired of that. But then they want a new one, you know? It's just, I think that in today's society, whether people realize it or not, they want to be told who they are, so they don't have to go through the hardship of figuring it out for themselves. Yeah. That's all from me for now. I'm gonna go back to watching Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders making the team. Literally, I can't believe that was the theme song. Whoever did that, they're the reason the show got canceled. I'm convinced. Whoa, who is she? Yeah, I got my hair done. It looks way darker on camera than it does in person. It's not black. It's like a dark, that looks crazy, dark chocolate kind of color. So I was just on a podcast actually, and the episode that I'm on should be going live the day that this vlog goes up. You guys need to go listen, need to go follow this podcast. It's called The Skin I'm In Podcast. It is run by the most kind, beautiful, amazing woman. Her name is Chanel. We had a great talk on the episode that I did. It's all about, you know, social media and being a woman in the social media age and whatnot. And I think we talked about a lot of really cool stuff. So I will link either my episode or just the podcast down below. And also, like at least 2 months ago now, I also was on another podcast. I don't know why I never mentioned it on here. I guess I just forgot. I don't know. But it's called Awaken My Inner Power with Barbara Maceda. I will also link my episode down below. And you guys go give her your support, your love, another amazing woman. So support the girls. Lee and I have noticed a trend that at the movie theater, you can tell who's here to see what. Like you can look at someone and tell you're going to see It Ends With Us or you're going to see Deadpool. What movie do we look like we're going to see?
Leave your comments down below.
You're the voice vanguard. Nobody recognize this power. Seen that shit for a millet.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? We're in the middle of a movie.
Conquering your fears, there's nothing harder.
Y'all have to do confessionals.
Confessionals?
So a lot of people like don't really know why, or a lot of people have their own thoughts on why we're going to see Twisters. But honestly, I'm in it for the action, not the other stuff. Anyway.
What's a confession?
Just like, I don't know, do your thoughts about the movie.
Vlog, I have an announcement to make. I'm officially a storm chasing account, so please
What do y'all rate
be
it
with
on a
me while I make this transition.
I think I'm giving it a 0.
What do you rate the film?
I'm giving it a 0.
Okay, we are going to give our thoughts on Twisters.
So the mom was a lot. Like, if I haven't seen my daughter in like years, she was like, oh, what happened?
First of all, if I got up in the middle of the night and heard someone rooting around in my kitchen, I wouldn't just walk in and be all chill. I'd be like, who's here? By the way, spoilers for Twisters.
I know. The soundtrack was so good.
I need to go listen to the whole album.
I know. It's so good.
Get
I
it
love
on
Oklahoma, or that song when Glenn Powell just walked out of the truck for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good. Overall takeaway is I will never be moving to Oklahoma. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Really.
I loved the movie. I was on the edge of my seat. I already want to see it again.
It was traumatic. We were, a little backstory, we were going to go see this in 40. Thank goodness we did not. I was literally like traumatized the first tornado or twister that happened. I was like, oh my gosh. And I whispered to Gillian, I'm like, I can't even imagine seeing this.
In real life, yeah. No, but I look over and she's sitting there like covering her eyes at one point. But I'm like, Bailey. But to be fair, the opening of that movie, I did not expect that.
The
I was
opening
like,
was cringy.
I was
that
like-
was like the
when they all got sucked up,
no, before that, like the
I was like, Kieran and Shipka, no!
So I think I would suggest everyone go see it if you're a little bit like, if you're a jumpy person like me, maybe not 4D.
4D. Hello everyone. It is the next day. I saw Twisters last night. Super great. But I want to go ahead and end this vlog here with a haul and one final conversation on the topic of identity and aesthetics and whatnot. So the haul is actually going to transition us perfectly into this conversation. So I went book shopping today, and that just lights up my world like nobody else. So I finally did it. I got Powerless. I've heard so much about this book series, and this one I'm so excited about. I've heard about this series so many times, but I've never really paid much mind to it until I was watching one of my favorite creators today. Her name's Karla Espinosa. If I remember, I will link her channel down below. I'm obsessed with her. Everyone should go watch her. And she was talking about one of the books in this series. This is Flawless by Elsie Silver. And just talking about how they're all like interconnected. I think they're interconnected. Maybe I'm lying. But they're all like cowboy romances. And I immediately ran to Goodreads and added them all to my want to read list. And then I stumbled upon this one in Target today, and they only had this one in the series, which so happens to be the first one. So I felt like God was like, here you go, here's a gift, here's a present. So why am I suddenly into cowboys? That is where we were going to transition into the more important topic of this video. So I would say that I started my self-discovery journey like 2 years ago. Let me just make it clear. I was always that person who was very unafraid to be myself all throughout high school, but it just so happened that that also aligned with my internet identity and like my fangirl identity. So while it was authentic to me, and it made me so happy to be so deep into a fandom to where it exuded out of me in all ways. Let's just say that I didn't realize what exactly was wrong, but I realized there was a problem. And the story goes in simplest terms that I had just seen one of my favorite singers in concert, and it was a wish fulfillment event because I had seen them in the pit, which is what I have always wanted. Then I just so happened to be having a conversation with another friend of mine, and we were talking about potentially going on a trip to New York, and I've never really traveled before. And, you know, I was all down for it, and then I heard through like the Twitter grapevine that this celebrity might tour again, might extend their tour again. And I was like, oh, but actually, I don't think I can go to New York because this person might tour again. And basically she told me that's dumb. And her telling me that on top of other things that had already taken place, it was the first time it ever got through to me that, oh, wait a minute, maybe I am hindering myself in my growth by continuing to stay stuck in this chronically online fangirl stage of my life. From then on, I started my journey. I hate saying my journey of finding myself, but that's what it was essentially, right? And it was slow starting because I'm a turtle, I'm a tortoise, okay? I take things very slow. I'm a little bit of a late bloomer. So like I will learn something about myself, and then it takes me a very long time to implement changes. At the beginning of this year, I made a list in my journal. Things I learned about myself in 2024. Another thing I've discovered about myself, I very much had a personality that stemmed from this celebrity that I was standing, right? Like I dressed very vibrantly, very vintage, very 70s, which I still love. That is my favorite decade of all time. You know, I listened to a very specific genre of music, but it was all very inspired by somebody else, but also not at the same time. You know, like not every song that I have in my playlists is something I got from this celebrity. You know, I obviously branched out and found stuff on my own. I genuinely love everything that I wore, everything that I have listened to as a result of standing this celebrity. If I didn't, I wouldn't wear it and I wouldn't listen to it. Okay, let's just get that clear. But I've never discovered things for myself on my own without getting that from the internet. Like when the internet's favorite color was sage green, I was like, oh my god, I love sage green too. It's my favorite color. When my celebrity person was seen painting their nails in a certain way, I was like, oh my god, I need to buy this Essie color or else I'm gonna die. But I genuinely liked it. But since this year has started, I have discovered things that I love for myself. Like the fact that my favorite color is actually pink. Pink makes me feel safe. And to me, that means it should be my favorite thing. I used to hate country music with a passion. But now I love country music. Like, I don't know. I think that what happened is that I made a playlist called Female Rage, and I ended up rediscovering some country music that I had grown up on, like Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood, and I started listening to them again, and I was like, wait a minute, this is scratching something in my brain. So on New Year's Eve, I made a playlist called Save a Horse, Ride a Cowgirl, and I defined it as like disco cowgirl, so there's a lot of like pop girls on there too. But slowly over the course of this year, I found more and more country music that I'm into, and I've discovered how much I love the beach, and I just got some cowgirl boots for my birthday, and I love cowboys. Like, I've never dated anyone, but like, I know what my taste is, I think. Cause let's be honest, like, if me in 2022 was faced with like the dead corpse bride Victor looking man that I thought I wanted, would I have allowed him to ever touch me or speak to me? I don't know. Would I allow Glenn Powell or Scott Eastwood to do the same? I still don't know. But like, that's just what I'm into right now, and it just came about so naturally because I felt like even my taste in boys was influenced by the internet, you know? Like, the genre of man that the internet deems as it is just what the world becomes, and like right now it's rodent boy summer. Why? Why do you want that? I'll tell you, you don't. You don't. You're lying to yourself. Lying. So here we are with this. The moral of today's video is that it is okay to not like trends that are popular. It's okay to like multiple trends that are popular and to pull from all of them. And it is also okay to just create your own, to just be you and to just go with what you like. You don't have to date the same internet boyfriend as everyone else. You can have different taste. You can like different music than what plays on the radio, or what people say you have to like this or you've got no brain cells. You know, because I have to be honest, I don't like the Tortured Poets department, and I have brain cells. I've got more than most people. But like, I don't like the Tortured Poets department. And am I gonna let some Swifties tell me I'm stupid? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. You know I love Taylor. And the songs on that album that I love, I genuinely love. Like Smallest Man, Guilty as Sin, So Long London, I Hate It Here. I Hate It Here is top 13 for me. But that album, it was too much for me, y'all. It was too much. I had to speak my piece because otherwise I'd be a phony and a fraud. So the point is like, I just think the internet preaches at everyone to be yourself, to be an individual, but they don't really mean that, you know? Be yourself, like whatever you want. And you know what? If I'm a coastal cowgirl right now, it's because that is already who I am, and society has already made a name for it. I am not deciding, oh, I like coastal cowgirl, I'm gonna be that. It's like, oh, I love the beach. I want to live at the beach and I want to ride horses at the same time. I'm already like that. Oh, look, if I look up beach cowgirl on Pinterest, it's gonna be coastal cowgirl aesthetic. Lucky me. You know, the internet is gonna commodify everything. So you can't help that, but you can help what you subscribe to and what you don't. So let's actually be ourselves, okay, and not be tricked any longer into falling into these traps of being ourselves, but only 25% of ourselves. Because who says you can't be a clean girl and a mob wife at the same time? I don't know. But that is all from me today. I've been on my soapbox long enough. I will get off of it. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. There's my heart. Bye.